In a surprising and emotional episode of the hit podcast New Heights on Tuesday, June 17th, Taylor Swift made an unexpected appearance as a special guest. But what really made jaws drop, especially for brothers Travis and Jason Kelce, wasn't just the presence of the superstar herself. It was the sweet and totally unexpected moment when she responded to a playful and heartfelt question from none other than Ed Kelce. The New Heights podcast, known for its real moments, suddenly had a golden guest. This particular episode was filmed in Cannes, France, where Travis and Jason were attending an international event focused on sports and media. Midway through the show, Jason started teasing Travis about how serious things were getting with Taylor. That's when Ed Kelce, always loved for his mix of humor and honesty, walked into the frame, grinning with a mischievous smile. Travis instantly laughed. "Oh no, are you trying to break us up?" Jason raised a brow, amused. "You've got something cooking, don't you?" But the real twist came next. After a few light jokes, Ed suddenly turned toward Taylor, who was just off camera, wearing headphones and softly giggling, completely caught off guard. Then Ed looked over and asked, "Taylor, I'm asking seriously, if one day a little girl called you mommy, how do you think you'd react?" The room froze, everyone went quiet, Travis's eyes widened, and Jason blurted out, "Wait, Dad, are you serious?" What came next left both Kelce brothers stunned. Taylor Swift, always calm and sharp with her words, stopped laughing, tilted her head, and smiled softly. She stepped up to the mic, gently adjusted her headphones, and replied, "If that ever happened, and if that little girl had Travis's eyes, Ed's stubborn but loving nature, and danced through the living room like Jason, I think my heart would melt. I'd probably call it the best song I've ever written." The entire crew behind the camera gasped with a big "oh." Travis was speechless, struggling to find words. Jason tossed his hand in the air and yelled, "Oh my God, this is the best answer ever." Travis laughed nervously, placing his hand on his chest. "Are you sure this is a sports podcast?" he said, his voice shaking with emotion and surprise. Taylor continued, her voice slightly shaking, not from pressure, but from pure joy. "I know Ed's not asking to push me or Travis," she said softly. "I understand what you mean. And if I ever get to call Kansas City home, build a loving family, then I'll be the one saying thank you, because I found all that with the Kelce family." That was the moment Jason completely lost it. He turned to Travis, laughing, and said, "You're done for it, man." Then he added, "She sounds like a love song no one else could write for a man known for being strong and funny." Travis Kelce was quiet, eyes locked on Taylor, clearly moved. He nodded slowly and said with deep emotion, "That's an answer I could hear every single day." The mood in the studio shifted. New Heights, usually full of laughs and playful teasing, had turned into something deeply emotional. Jason leaned back in his chair, wiped the corners of his eyes, and smiled, knowing they had just shared a moment fans would remember forever. Jason laughed and joked, "I might have to rename this show New Heights, Taylor Edition, Fans Lost It." The moment the podcast episode dropped, social media went wild. Views climbed into the millions within hours, with thousands flooding the comment sections. One fan posted on X, formerly Twitter, "Taylor Swift just called her future child the best song of her life, I'm deceased." A viral TikTok clip echoed the magic. Caption, Ed Kelce asked one question. Taylor Swift answered with one line, and just like that, Travis Kelce fell even harder in love. As the cameras kept rolling, the energy in the studio lingered, soft, raw, and incredibly real. Taylor, now seated beside Travis, looked around the room with a quiet smile. "I didn't plan to say all that," she admitted, "but when you're around people who feel like home, the words just come out." Jason nodded slowly, glancing at Ed, who had gone unusually quiet, eyes misty with pride. Travis finally spoke. Again, his voice lower than usual. "It's crazy how one question turned into one of the biggest moments of my life," he said, reaching out to gently squeeze Taylor's hand. The studio team, used to loud sports talk and non-stop jokes, was now witnessing something different, something powerful. Even the sound engineer whispered, "This feels historic." Jason, always the light mood guy, leaned forward and said, "I swear, if people came here for football, they're leaving with wedding dreams." Laughter returned, but the emotional undercurrent remained strong. Fans had just watched not only a viral moment, but a memory being made. And as the episode wrapped, Ed stood up, hugged Taylor, and said simply, "Your family now." That one sentence. It said more than 1,000 podcast episodes ever could.